Hi, guys. Kat Howard here with Windermere Woodinville, joined with Dan Mellis with Nexa Mortgage. Botching that up right out the gate. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Kat.
Happy New Year, Dan. Happy New Year, everybody.
Oh, gosh.
How you doing this year, Dan?
Doing pretty good.
Yeah?
Starting the year off with 10,000 steps today, so I'm very happy about that.
Look at you go. Right on.
And the fat man is walking, so that's okay.
Well, I actually went to the gym yesterday and today. First time since COVID started. So finally got back into the gym. That's a good thing. I definitely needed to do that. Feels good.
Feels good. That's right. Getting 2025 off to a great start. So
that's right.
It's going to be a good year.
It's going to be 2025. Holy cow.
Oh,
all right. Goodness. So we're going to talk real estate stats today. I'm sitting here in front of my fireplace. Look at that. It is rolling. Got a nice big log in there. And it feels good on my back. I'll tell you that. So I wanted to talk. Okay, now I got to swipe left to right to view real-time performance. I don't know what. TikTok stops sending me messages while I'm on lives. Okay, guys. So should we jump right into the King County stats, Dan?
Let's jump right into it. Right into King County, huh?
Okay, yeah, let's just get into it. Market obviously has slowed down a little bit, during the holiday season, but because so few listings are coming on the market, it's reflecting a pretty good market for sellers still, especially in the 2 to 4 week bucket, right? So the on the market 0 to 14 days, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Not 2 to 4 weeks back, but 0 to 14 days on the market. So if you listed your house, you're got a good chance of getting under contract within the first 14 days, not necessarily during the first 7 during the holiday season. So King County, 31% of sellers got under contract within the first 7 days on the market if they listed their home between December 15th and December 21st. And that is King County. 63% of sellers got under contract within the first 14 days on the market if they listed their home between December 1st and December 14th. So you can see that the 0 to 14 day data is much stronger than the getting under contract within the first week. And I think that's reflective of that particular week, right? The 14th through the 21st is a week before Christmas and a lot less people looking for homes that week. So, but I think very interesting. So 25% of sellers did opt to set offer review dates, and that was last week. So that would have been the week of Christmas. So this is another interesting stat that I started following a few months ago. 62% of active listings have been on the market over 60 days, which is crazy. Hey, thanks for the hearts, guys. I gotta make sure nobody's asking any questions. All right. Okay. So 62% of active listings have been on the market over 60 days, which is kind of batshit crazy. In King County, it's 463 sellers out there that are going to be willing to negotiate more than likely. So buyers, get out there right now. Good time to buy. And we have 1.2 months supply of inventory in King County. And that's King County as a whole. There are areas, Woodinville, Eastside, Bellevue, Kirkland, that is not an accurate number. Many more listings are going under contract in the East Side than Seattle proper and some of the other areas. So keep that in mind. So, okay, so that was King County. Dan, you want to move right on to Snohomish County?
Move on to Snohomish County. Here we go.
Keep him awake over there. It's 2025. It's too early in the year for him. He's still, he's probably still hibernating with the bears.
I kind of look that way, don't I? Oh goodness!
Do you have a little hair? You got a little facial hair going, Dan?
I got a little bit of facial hair going.
A good enough look at him with my glasses on. Dan. All right. So Snohomish County, 1 month supply of inventory. So their inventory actually is getting snapped up. 35% of 35% of sellers in Snohomish County got under contract within the first 7 days on the market if they listed their home between December 15th and December 21st. 64% of sellers in Snohomish County got under contract within the first 14 days on the market if they listed their home between December 1st and December 14th. So again, pretty good odds of getting sold within that first 0 to 14 days on the market. Not as good of odds 0 to 7 days. So your first 7 days on the market, you may not get under contract, especially in the month of December. So tougher market. 44% of sellers did set offer review dates last week. Again, that would have been the week of Christmas. Don't go on the market on the week of Christmas. 56% of active listings currently on the market have been on the market 60 days or more. And so you buyers, jump on those. Those are going to be some good values out there. Let's see. I actually have a number. I wanted to tell you how much the average price reduction is. And for Snohomish, I have it. The average price reduction in Snohomish County for those homes that have been on the market over 60 days is $39,000. That's on average.
Wow.
Some sellers have reduced far more. Some sellers have reduced less. So that's why I'm saying, buyers, it's a good time to get out there, and you may still be able to negotiate more. Once the seller's been on the market more than 60 days, it gets rather time worn, and showings kind of fall off. Those will start to pick up in January, probably mid-January. So you have a brief moment of opportunity here.
Got 2 weeks.
Yeah, a couple weeks. That's it. So get on the move, buyers. All right. We have, so we already covered that. So
Pierce, you want to go to Pierce?
What time for Pierce? Pierce County.
What time is it? It's Pierce County time.
It's Pierce time. Okay. So 1.6 months supply of inventory in Pierce County right now. 34% of sellers that went on the market December 15th through December 21st got under contract within the first 7 days. That was 34%. 45% of sellers in Pierce County got under contract within the first 14 days if they listed their home between December 1st and December 14th. 12% of sellers set offer review dates last week. Again, that was the week of Christmas. And 1.6 months supply of inventory in Pierce County. Mason County?
Let's go to Mason.
Here, oh, hi, baby. Mr. Fat Tuesday wants in on the action. Let me get my little sip of water. Should we say hi really quick to Mr. Fat Tuesday? He's over here. He's wanting to get in on the action. Here he is. This is my little guy. He's a little Havanese. You see hi? Look at everybody out there. Look at that. Oh, I know. Anyway, his name is Mr. Fat Tuesday. And he was just at my feet, just kind of wanting me to pick him up. So here we go. All right. Moving on to Mason County, right, Dan?
Mason County. We got it up.
All right. Anybody got any real estate questions? Shoot them over to me. If you're on TikTok, you can't do that on YouTube or Facebook, but you might be able to message Dan and he can pass those along to me. Or if you have any lending questions, put those on my screen on TikTok, or hey, ask Dan.
You never know. You never know.
I'd have an answer for you.
All I ask is that they're easy questions. No difficult questions.
We got to wake that guy up. Okay, here we go. Mason County. Mason County slows down a little bit during the holidays.
Man.
We got 17% of sellers got under contract within the first 7 days if they listed their home between December 15th and December 21st. 23% of sellers in Mason County got under contract within the first 14 days on the market if they listed their home between December 1st and December 14th. None of them set offer review dates, and I would expect that. And they have 3 months supply of inventory, which would be considered a normal market, not necessarily leaning more towards sellers like the rest of Western Washington, the parts that I cover. So anyway, Mason County, their inventory varies widely because it's less populated. So a few listings one way or the other kind of swings the MSI quite a bit. So there you go, Mason County. And then,
Skagit?
Whoa,
What?
what happened to Skagit? Oh, uh-oh. Oh, Dan. I'm gonna have to rely on my book over here. I didn't print Skagit. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened there, Dan.
I don't know,
Okay,
but
here we go. Skagit County. Let's see here. Let's see if I can focus on this. Okay. Month supply of inventory, Skagit County, 1.7 months.
Yep.
Oh, you have the data on the screen.
Yeah, I sure do.
10% of sellers got under contract within the first 7 days on the market if they listed their home between December 15th and December 21st. What's that next number? 19%. 19% of sellers got under contract in Skagit County if they listed their home between, 19% of sellers got under contract within the first 14 days on the market if they listed their home between December 1st and December 14th.
Yep.
None of the sellers set offer review dates, again, which makes sense. The market's kind of a little bit slower there. And they've got 1.7 months supply of inventory in Skagit County. So, all right. Kitsap, moving right along. We're not wasting any time today, guys. Anybody got any questions? Okay. Real estate questions, lending questions, welcome. Feel free to reach out. You can shoot me a question on TikTok, or you can message Dan on Facebook or YouTube. All right. Kitsap County, 1.2 months supply of inventory. That has been quite stable over the last few months.
Mm-hmm.
Come down a tad. But they have a rockin' market. 57% of sellers got under contract within the first 7 days on the market if they listed their home between December 15th and December 21st. That's a rockin' number. So Kitsap County, if you did list your home, close to the holidays, you did well, more than likely. 48% of sellers got under contract if they listed within 48% of sellers got under contract within the first 14 days on the market if you listed your home between December 1st and December 14th in Kitsap County. Only 14% of sellers in Kitsap County set offer review dates. And that's all I got for Kitsap County. So what's worth talking about, and I didn't mention this for King County, but 62% of homes that have been on the market, 62% of homes that are actively on the market now have been on the market greater than 60 days. And so again, buyers, that 62% of active listings, you got sellers that are, that have a time-worn property on the market and they could be willing to negotiate. It's a great time to get out there and try to do that negotiation. There's a good chance that interest rates will come down over the spring and early summer. Is that right, Dan?
I think that's absolutely correct, Kat. That's my opinion.
I do too. I feel like it's kind of baked in the cake as long as the new administration holds up, and performs and doesn't cause any anxiety in the investment markets. So, but we'll see. Anyway,
I'll give you a few benchmarks to keep an eye out for.
Sure.
Just so people can kind of watch as you're going back. Start taking a look at in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today, which would be the 16th of January, keep an eye on the initial jobless claims for the employment numbers. Okay. You're good. Now, before that, next Friday, which would be the 10th, you're going to have an employment report come out. There might be something that's of importance, but there may not be, right? And I'm just saying that because that report is going to reflect December employment. So, it's very possible that employment holds up through December. Okay.
Yeah.
But the first tip off that things are going, might be getting a little weaker. The first tip off will be the next week on the 16th with initial jobless claims. Next week, the numbers are just going to reflect the last week of December. Nobody's getting laid off them. But when you get to the 16th, that's when you got to keep an eye on things.
Layoffs. Yeah.
That's right. And so a couple other things to keep an eye out for. The February employment report that comes out, that one is going to be important. The other ones that are coming up, the CPI numbers should start moderating really right away. Okay, so in January, especially February.
So wait a minute, the February. Can
What's
you
that?
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Dan cut out for a minute. Can you hear me, Dan? Okay,
yeah.
You cut out for a second, so I didn't catch everything. So frame.
Oh, okay. So what I'm saying, okay, so going forward, there's two things that we're going to be looking
February
at.
employment report.
February employment report is going to be important. And then the CPI numbers starting in January should improve a little bit, and then they should improve significantly more in February and March. And so in February and March, there's a really good chance we're going to have a a double punch, if you will, to help interest rates, a double boost. You're going to have potentially weaker employment numbers, and then the second thing is going to be better inflation numbers. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Right.
We'll see what happens. But those are the things to watch out for. That's what I'm looking at.
So hopefully the interest rates, come down a little bit. And the reason we're mentioning that is even though you're not going to see those interest rates today, you're going to get a better price on the house that you're purchasing. December sales show up as January closings, and that typically those price per foot for each county. I've compared sales data, average price per square foot in all the counties, and usually the January closings are the lowest. And then they often will rise between 10 and 20% by April, May, June. And it just varies depending on the county and the year and what's happening in the economy. And then we'll often see that number fall back off towards the fall. So, and then I'll kind of see, we just do a curve, like we start down here in January, and then it starts to go up very rapidly, February, March, April. And then it could top off at April, May, or June, and then it will start doing this again, coming back ever so slightly. Usually doesn't dip down to where we were in December or January, but it will come back partially. And so that's a typical sort of a odd-shaped bell curve we've got for the typical real estate market sales prices throughout the year. So it's interesting to know that, because if you buy at the right time of year, or you sell at the right time of year, it can make a big difference in your bottom line.
Right.
So
well,
we don't always have what.
We look at the numbers that we've got right now that for this week, and those are numbers that are great for buyers. It's a great week to step in.
I think so. I think it's a really good time right now for buyers. We usually have 1 to 2 weeks at the beginning of January, guys. That's about it. Last year, we did not have that. So when I started looking at the data for January, about the second, third week of January, and last year, the market took off like a rocket ship first week of January. So I don't know that that's going to happen this year. For a number of reasons, interest rates are pretty high. But I do think that buyers should be jumping on the good values out there right now.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
February.
That makes a lot of sense.
And you're left with the new listings coming on the market, So, yeah, and there's not going to be that many new listings coming on the market January, February, March, right? So those are really fairly low listing number months. And so really what buyers have to choose from are going to be the existing listings, as well as the few new ones that come on the market. So we track what happens to the new listings that come on the market, and that's where we get our, how many sellers get in. We track that on a weekly basis, and so we're able to report on that in these lives. And then, but buyers on the market come on the market, you can be taking a look at those listings that have been on the market for more than 14 days or more than 60 days.
Yeah.
It's a big chunk of the market right now. So worth looking at. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting. 2025, I think, is going to be a very good year. And I'm looking forward to bringing it to the folks with you all year this year, Kat. So I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, you there? Hello, Kat? Lost you there.
I think it's on my end.
Yeah, I think.
Are you having trouble? Are you having trouble seeing us on your end, Dan?
Yeah, I think it is on your end, but that's okay.
What's happening over there?
I just think it's,
Is it on my end? It might be. I mean, it should be.
I don't know.
That's so weird because I'm not that far from my modem.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's okay. We had a great show today.
I'm like, okay. We did. Thank you for doing that, Dan. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
And all that information will be going out in my stats by Kat.
Awesome.
So you can't hear me talking, can you?
It's in and out. It's really in and out. So I can hear it sometimes, but it cuts in and out.
You guys that get the stats by Kat, it will go out in my blog this week, just like it does most weeks during the year. So you'll be getting that in your inbox. If you want to subscribe to Stats by Kat, drop me a DM in my TikTok or shoot Dan a text or a DM in his, and we'll sign you up for Stats by Kat.
Cool.
And you'll get your local real estate market update for whatever county you're in, right? King County, Snohomish County, Skagit County, Mason, Pierce, Kitsap. If you guys want, if you live in those areas, then just give me a shout and I'll get you the Stats by Kat for that particular county.
Awesome. All righty, Kat. Well, I'll wrap her up with that.
It's been dicey.
Yes, it has. That's okay. First show of 2025. It's been a good one. Oh gosh.
First show of 2025. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year, Dan.
Happy New Year, Kat. Happy New Year. I'm gonna end the live stream here. Hang on.
Okay, bye. Thanks for joining, everybody.